There's a group of law enforcement and mental health professionals that reviews incidents where a Maine police officer uses deadly force and a person gets hurt or killed. That panel is called the Deadly Force Review Panel, and it just released a new report. That panel's job is to make sure officers followed best practices and recommend ways officers can improve in future incidents. Since the panel started its work in 2019, it's reviewed 20 cases and found some similarities among the people involved. 100% were white men, as young as 27 and as old as 59. All of them had weapons at hand, and 63% of them used those weapons during the incident. 26% of those men were legally prohibited from having firearms. Another trend, they tend to have a history of violence. 80% had criminal histories. 47% involved domestic violence. In 84% of cases, families, friends, or neighbors described the men as violent. One of the other trends the panel noted, mental health was a pervasive issue. 74% were in a mental crisis or suicidal. 47% of those were also using substances like drugs or alcohol. 50% were living in isolated, rural locations of Maine. The panel made a few recommendations. The first, develop a form to take potential offenders into protective custody, like this one that the Biddeford and Saco police currently use. The second one is a little more complicated. Police want to prevent dangerous people from having guns. To do that, officers need a medical professional to evaluate those people. The problem? There aren't enough medical professionals, especially in rural areas. So the panel's urging the state to allow telehealth evaluations. Francine Stark, the chair of the panel and executive director of Maine's Coalition to End Domestic Violence, told us, we need to expand medical professionals' knowledge and confidence in using the state statute and get them appropriately trained in it. She said the lack of mental health treatment often leads to these situations. That no one, not even the officers, want to end up in.